Welcome to the Orange Flag Podcast. It's Le Mans week. I'm Austin.
I'm Aries.
I'm Nicole. Yes, it is. And it actually started last week, with scrutineering and all of that. And I have a friend who is in France with MotorsportWeek, doing media. Her name's Tereza, and she did a really cool interview with Kévin. If you follow me online, it is the one where the "it has wheels and a steering wheel" quote came from. But I thought that it was a really good interview. And yeah, it kind of says a lot of the same stuff that the rest of the interviews say, like the one Daily Sports Car put out, the one Sports Car 365 put out, the one If You Translated Endurance Info put out. However, hers says it has wheels and a steering wheel, which it's not here yet, but has become a t-shirt.
And we made it a meme.
Yes,
for the Instas and other socials.
We did make it a meme.
Dedication. That's dedication.
But from what I heard from multiple people over there at scrutineering is that, like, Kévin was just talking to everybody. Like, every journalist, every fan in the square, just very there talking. So that was cool. I mean, that's how I know Kévin to be, obviously, like very fan friendly and very willing to give an interview. Obviously, he came on this podcast, so obviously willing to do interviews, because we have all of like 35 people that, it's like up to 50 now, but at the time we had all of like 35 people that listened to us and somehow got Kévin Estre to do an episode with us. So yeah. But one of the cool things I thought from that interview that he mentioned was like the rivalries with Julian Andlauer and Lauren Heinrich. Obviously all three of them are teammates at PPM, and like they're in separate LMP2 cars for Le Mans, and especially like Lauren is also in Pro-Am. So Lauren and Kévin are going like directly against each other. Julian is in a full, pro car, not a Pro-Am car. So, or not a full pro car. Obviously, they still have to have a silver, but he doesn't have a bronze in his car the way Lauren and Kévin do.
Yeah.
And I mean, his silver is a like highly rated professional racing driver.
Yeah, I was gonna say also,
so
their silver is not like, calling her a silver feels wrong.
Yeah, I
almost.
don't know how she is still silver rated, but then when you take into account the fact that Lauren and Julian are gold rated, it's like, that's not really fair either. Honestly, the fact that they are gold rated is huge for their lineups, both of them, because they are very clearly platinum level drivers with gold ratings. So for an LMP2 lineup where obviously you can't have two platinum rated drivers, you basically get two platinum rated drivers with them.
It's also, when you think about it, like, yeah, they've all done testing and stuff, but really it's been a while since Kevin's been in an LMP2 car besides testing.
I mean, he barely did testing. He did 25 to 30 laps at Paul Ricard is what he said. So that's, that's barely testing.
And when it comes to Julian and Lauren, like, Lauren hasn't done LMP2 in the past. Julian, I would say, of the three of them, has the most recent experience.
I mean, Julian has the most experience, period, recent or not. I mean, Kévin did Le Mans in 2015. Like, they didn't complete the race.
They did not.
Ironically, that race was on YouTube. I think it is right now.
Yeah.
know!
Yeah.
I know! That's crazy.
Of all the random ones they could pick to live stream.
Yeah.
Right? A, they want to remind us that Porsche's not in the top class, and B, they want to remind us that Kévin Estre is driving an LMP2 car.
Me too.
Indeed. When you think of it, the pieces fit. I mean, it's
Yeah.
obviously on this whole we have 3 PPM drivers in LMP2. Like, obviously everybody looks at LMP2 and thinks of all the usual storylines, like the Polish bakers, the whether Algarve Pro can continue their run of evil domination, or if I don't know if Spike's gonna win again. Oh, actually not Spike this time, but yeah.
It's not Spike.
Yeah.
Also, the bakers are now like half gardeners because their other car is like flowers and a sky and everything. So I don't
They're
know.
branching out.
It's
They're branching
the
out.
fields. The fields where they grow the bread.
How did I not make that connection?
That's always been what Inter-Europol's livery is supposed to represent, is the fields where they grow the bread. Do you not pay attention when Yagoda gives us lectures about Inter-Europol racing?
No, like I got that with everything else, and this one I was like, oh, it's just some flowers and a skyline.
It's still supposed to be the fields where they're growing the bread.
Yeah, and not the Brazilian flag. Just to finish what I was saying,
Yeah.
it gives us something different in addition to like the usual storyline. It's gonna be funny to follow and entertaining to follow this sort of intra-team rivalry in different cars and unrelated teams this week. I'm all for it. I'm gonna pay a lot of attention to LMP2 because of that.
Yeah, but
I'm
the problem
also-
is, are the race directors going to pay attention
Yeah.
to LMP2, or are we
I
going
will-
to see nothing?
I will say, as an avid LMP2 enjoyer, that is the struggle of being an LMP2 enjoyer. is you don't really get to see much of them. I'm also looking forward to the current PPM guys versus old PPM guy, because you have Dane, so they're going to be battling too. So you've got multiple, and he's Pro-Am. So I'm ready for all the crossovers.
He's far less interesting to me than Lauren and Kevin.
I like
Dane Cameron is like probably in my top 10, but Kevin and Lauren are 1 and 2. So like overall period in sports cars, not like in people who might occasionally drive an LMP2. But yeah, another thing that Kevin mentioned in the interview, I'm gonna do some more not nads again in MotorsportWeek, is that he felt different kinds of pressure coming into this weekend, like that he has a lot less external pressure. And he specifically mentioned like Roger wanting to win Le Mans has been pressure in the past. So yeah, he doesn't have that. But he did say that like the internal pressure that he's putting on himself is still the same, which that's not surprising at all. And then at the scrutineering interview, which was in French, but had wonderful subtitles on YouTube, so I could read what he was saying, because Duolingo has not taught me French well enough to understand how fast Kevin talks, because he talks really fast. So, yeah, I mean, I caught a couple words here and there. He says Porsche wrong in French.
He does.
I don't know why he says Porsche correctly in English, but wrong in French. Kevin, do you have a defense for yourself there? Why is it Porsche when you're speaking French, but you do say Porsche in English? Because I've heard you say it. It's kind of just interesting. But he did confirm that he expects to be in IMSA with Porsche next year. And when they straight up asked him about Toyota, or well, about a team based in Japan, he like refused to discuss it. So I am curious about this being in IMSA with Porsche next year. Like, what it's going to be. Is it going to be PPM? Because there are, like, rumors floating around that they may be reducing the program. Is it AO? Because there's rumors out there that they may be expanding, with Carl the Shark. Kevin and Carl the Shark would actually be really cool. I would be super down for that. Or, like, are we going to get America Grello Kevin? Because that would be cool. I would also be very okay. I mean, if we remember pre-season, that's what I wanted him to do. That's what I wanted his program to be with Manti, because I wanted America Grello Kevin. So if we get America Grello Kevin next year, well, that does alter my what I may go to things, because I might want to see that. But then when they asked him about IMSA, he sounded very sad about that, which me too, Kevin. This season has not been going so good, but like, let's turn that around. Maybe the BOP will be better for Watkins. Maybe the 31 will actually get some BOP. All of this would be quite nice, but like, let's get through them off first, I guess.
Let's focus on right now.
Yes.
And then we can focus on IMSA.
We could focus on Watkins too. I like Watkins. I'm excited for Watkins.
I like Watkins. I will be prioritizing watching Spa because Matt's racing Spa.
I mean, I'll try to keep up a little bit with what's going on there, but me and Kevin and Larry are going to be in New York, so I'm probably going to be like paying attention to being in New York with Kevin and Larry and, them doing race cars.
Okay. Well, from scrutineering to just media chaos. So it was Danny Ungadea who posted a photo of him and Jam in like Batman mask. And I was like, what is this? Like, what are they being forced to do? Because it said like they were like doing media. And I was like, this seems like very random, but also like a very specific media thing. Well, Genesis today dropped their own version of Baby Driver. It's great.
It was great. That was probably one of the best done videos by any race car team ever that I can I can't think of anything better than that. That was just so good.
Yeah, the bloopers were also really good too, because it's just Mathis not being able to say any of his lines seriously. The 19 guy is just laughing like no tomorrow, and then Andre roasting Mathis for the fact that he doesn't sound like serious enough and that he sounds too kind.
Great feedback, Andre. Great feedback.
Andre was like, I'm not laughing, but he does sound too kind. And I was like, lovely feedback, my dude.
Okay, how to win Le Mans multiple times. Sound less kind.
Yes.
Andre's really the only one that can give us this feedback, so.
Yeah, probably.
That's at least the feedback he's giving to children.
I wonder if that's like a top priority, if that type of feedback goes at the top of the list, like have an unkind attitude all throughout the week.
Do they have like a sign in the garage?
Be less kind?
Be less kind.
But also on...
That's my Genesis headcanon, is there's just a sign and it says, be less kind, dash Andre.
Yes.
Which is hilarious, because Andre is really nice. So, in the grand total of meeting him at an autograph table 2 years ago at COTA. That's my grand total of my interaction with Andre, is since I have my stack of cards, surely he's in here somewhere.
Oh, definitely.
There he is. Yeah, as opposed to my, let's see, how many of these? As opposed to the rest of that car from that year.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cards.
Practically
Very
a deck
many.
of cards at this point, but it's
Very
just
many.
Kevin
Oh, I
and
think I
Larry's.
probably have more than a deck of
Yeah.
cards.
Can we play PPM Uno?
But or go fish.
Go fish!
Yeah.
13, 16, 17,
I will say,
18,
Genesis was on top of it with content though, because they also dropped a very Dana-esque video where they had little color bubbles of colors on the car, and they made all the drivers guess which ones were on the car. And only Jam got the back of the car color correctly. But Dana, if you want hex code content, Genesis gave it to you.
47.
Xcode.
So
Wow.
by the end of the year, we'll have more than a deck of cards worth of PPM.
We can play Go Fish at Petite.
Yeah, we can play Go Fish at Petite. The problem with Go Fish is it has their names on them. So when you're holding your deck of cards,
Hold them
it
sideways.
shows their names.
We'll find a loop.
Just like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, you clearly can tell that I have a Kevin because it says Kevin.
Yeah. We'll find a loophole.
Figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Loopholes are the best.
Did I ever show my baguette
Yes,
last week?
you did. Last
I
week.
couldn't remember if I did.
That reminds me that I need to bring mine to Coda, because I have bread jam.
Yes. Let's see. What else happened at Le Mans? Yes.
Larry.
Lawrence Vantor randomly showed up for testing, because he's copying Kevin's homework. So, yeah. Which, I don't know that people necessarily have seen that joke that Larry makes a lot, but he semi-frequently accuses Kevin of copying his homework.
Yes.
And he also, when I tweeted about Kevin saying it has wheels and a steering wheel, Larry basically said that Kevin stole that quote from him. So, yeah, Kevin might have copied Larry's homework for the interview, but Larry is copying Kevin's homework for the race because he has decided that he's a backup driver for an LMP2 car, which I seem to distinctly remember Lawrence Vantor being adamant about not wanting to be at Le Mans in anything other than a hypercar. And I am quite certain that I saw his name going on the little screen, going around. Yeah, with
all I'm gonna say
United
is
Autosport. So
when the McLaren contract says you have to do Le Mans in some capacity, and they ruin your plans.
Yes, I don't think his McLaren contract really exists yet. I think it's for next year. So, like, he just was like, hey, so you know how everyone else is doing some LMP2? I want to do that as well. Okay. And PPM is like, yeah, sure. Everybody else is doing it. Why not? It's convenient that the team that he's going to, which, like, it is McLaren, but it's being run by United, has an LMP2 team, so that's good for him.
It could also just be he wanted to sleep over with Dries in the bus.
Yeah, convenient for him that he has a brother who is there. But did you see he's already back home? He was already back home and riding his bike and he went there.
I think he had an Asahi Bowl. If I'm remembering correctly.
I don't remember what he was doing.
I feel like there was a food post because it made me hungry. I could be wrong, though.
He usually does food posts, so that's not actually shocking to me. Dude, do.
Also, just in my head, when in doubt, Larry Post is the Sahi Bowl.
Where is Larry? He's in my.
Right.
I've recently looked at your stuff.
His whole existence is when in doubt, acai bowl, or when in doubt, bike.
Yeah, see?
Yep.
I was correct.
Yes, and then bike.
Yeah.
Larry, what are these sunglasses? And can you bring them to Watkins? Because those are hilarious.
Are those not the Oakley ones that do video?
No, they are. They're the Oakley Meta
Yeah.
ones. But I want to see them in person. So, Larry, please bring the ridiculous sunglasses to Watkins because I want to see them. Please, thank you. So then test day. Look at Kevin's pretty helmet, isn't it pretty?
It's probably
like
my favorite one he's done.
I still like his 2 years ago all black one and this year's all white one better, but this is really, really good. So yes, I'm very, very happy about special helmet because I do like when he does special helmets because they're cool.
Also definitely helps that the team has a really good color scheme.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, his helmet... So, okay, like, let's find this picture that I found on the interwebs. Where'd it go? Here it is. Like, it's not even the same color as the suit. Like, the helmet is blue and the suit is purple and green. So, like...
Maybe he's colorblind. I don't know.
I know
I don't know either.
So, yeah.
I was about to say, we know Aries is.
Right?
I thought
But,
Martini was. I
yes.
thought the Martini Porsche was blue when it is in fact purple.
See, Kevin could have the same issue.
It's a very similar color scheme, by the way. Purple,
Yeah.
radioactive green.
Well, so my bracelet I made because his helmet is one color and then the livery is another color. I put all the colors into my bracelet. It's got a 14 on it. But yes, I put like the colors from his helmet and the colors from the car on my bracelet. So that's my nice little Le Mans bracelet that I have made. They were fast. That was good. They were top 3 in Pro-Am in both sessions. So that's good. I did notice when I was watching live timing at 3 o'clock in the morning, as one does when their favorite driver is at a race that they are not at, one of 2 or 3 for the entire year. I really, really prefer Kevin racing in the same time zone I'm in, by the way. Like, I got so spoiled by that so far this year. I thought the same thing during the Nürburgring. Like, man, it's really nice being at these races because you wake up at a normal person hour and you go to a track at a normal person hour and they're doing race cars at a normal person hour. And then boom, they're in Europe doing silly 24-hour races in Europe and you have to wake up at 3 in the morning to watch a test session that isn't even video streamed. So in fact, I was watching a little 14 dot drive around the track map, and sometimes it was Kevin, and sometimes it wasn't, but I never knew when it was going to be Kevin, so I had to stay up for all 6 hours of testing, which the second one was during normal awake hours. It was like during Monaco, but the first one was from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. It was very early, but yeah, I mean, is anyone shocked that I woke up at 3 a.m. to watch a dot that may or may not have represented Kévin Estre go around a track map on a screen?
What do you think?
No.
What do you think? I'm not gonna answer that.
Yeah, no, I don't think a single listener of this show is the slightest bit surprised. But yeah, I mean, I only was watching, so on the live timing app, like, obviously it's timing based. So like all the hypercars are the fastest, so they're in a chunk at the top, and then all of the LMP2s are in the middle, and all the GT cars are at the bottom. And I only was watching the LMP2s for the whole thing. Like, if I had to exit out of the app and go back in, it's like I'd scroll right through. I wouldn't even look at who was at the top of the timesheets. I just scrolled down to the ones with the little blue, which was the LMP2s.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's
Well, none
a
of us.
really new experience for me because I've never only paid attention to LMP2. I've always had a car in the top class or a GT car that I've been paying attention to. Never an LMP2 car as my primary car. So it is an interesting turn of events.
Yes, we're navigating uncharted territories this week, so that's fun. A quick detour, however. Just gonna throw this out there. If the swirling rumor mill is actually correct about something, LMP2ing, it's probably a preview of what we're gonna get as the top class sooner rather than later. As much as I love this news, but yeah.
Yeah, supposedly the 2030 regs are going to get announced on Friday, and everything that I keep on seeing is rear-wheel drive Oricas. So, yeah. That's, kind of LMP2 week.
Which, I mean,
Kinda.
as we've mentioned, LMP2 lover. So I'm kind of here for it.
Something that I am actually looking forward to with a more spec car is it potentially eliminating the existence of BOP or making BOP an awful lot easier. Obviously, LMP2 is fully spec. Those
Yeah.
cars are off the shelf. All
Yeah.
you can do to those cars is like put different vinyl on them. You can do a little bit more than that, but they are fully spec cars. You can do some setup stuff with LMP2, just because sometimes when I exaggerate, people kind of like to jump on that, as we see in our variety of group chats. I do like
and it's
to
going to be
exaggerate.
changing. It's going to be changing coming up since we're going to have more than just Orica, most likely.
Has
in
anybody
LMP2.
actually signed up for anything other than Orica? Because I know
There hasn't been anyone who signed up for anything other than Orica, but there's been talks of other teams potentially. So it hasn't been like confirmed yet. So it's not 100% for certain that we're gonna possibly have more than just Orica, but there's the at least possibility.
Right. It's not only Orica, it's back to where multiple teams or multiple chassis providers can exist.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah.
What I was gonna say, yeah, I hope it is at least you can select, you can partner up with one of the 4 current approved manufacturers. Obviously, at this point, seeing a Dallara or a Riley or a Ligier LMP2 is as rare as, I don't know, something else that I can't think about. But my mind
it's rare. We agree.
These are rare in the wild.
Which is why I kind of hope that we do get some teams that do go in that direction, but I'm not expecting a lot because at the end of the day, you've been running an Orica, you have experience with the Orica. I don't see a lot of teams going away from it.
And you run such a risk in choosing a different chassis.
Yeah.
Because what if it genuinely isn't good? We don't know. Like, we do not know what something other than Orica would run like. They could be majorly OP, or they could be terrible, and you have no way to know, and then you've got to now petition the ACO, like, hey, I know that I signed up with this, but can I change it? Like, and then you eat that cost of however many chassis you bought, because again, they're off the shelf parts, so you're buying them. You're saying, I would like to place an order of this many rather than having them bespoke made for you. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, well, don't even get into. Actually, you mentioned the word I want to get into, bespoke. I need to address the egocentric minds of some people in Maranello. Because honestly, it's a sign of the times. No one is, I don't know, constructing something with whatever they can do and entering races and winning with completely bespoke cars these days. Hell, their 499Ps built by Dallara, it's not built in-house. Their 296s are built by Orica. So just,
Yes, but they
get off
are not the same. I see your point, Aries, but are the 499P Dallaras the same as the Dallaras being run by the LMDH cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Right.
Not the
It is
same.
it is a bespoke car. It is still like it's being made by Dallara, because why would Ferrari go through the effort of, hiring away, presumably from Dallara, chassis fabrication people when you can just outsource your in-house design to Dallara for creation? I know you and I disagree on this because we've had this conversation. I do think that Dallara is bespoke, and I do think it is as well as an in-house production, because it is not the same Dallara chassis being used by the other teams using a Dallara chassis.
I would
it isn't. It absolutely is.
I would call it not bespoke if it wasn't they were the only ones using it. The fact that they're the only ones using that version of it, in my eyes, does make it bespoke, even though it's Dallara making it, not Ferrari. It's basically bespoke at the fact that no one else is using it.
And no, I see what you guys are pointing to, and that's also valid. Like, what I mean is, at least that's the kind of wording that was pointed out in the articles we've seen. Like, they were saying, oh, I want a car that's 100% in-house. First of all, that doesn't happen today. Second, when you have established entities like Toyota who have been there since day one, saying, okay, fine, next rule set, we might not be in control of many of these design aspects of the car, but we're still going to be around because, So, I don't know, maybe get off your high horse, pun intended, and, adapt. Signed a frustrated Ferrari.
If you haven't seen the articles that Aries is referring to, Ferrari have said that they will not be around for 2030 if they're not allowed to basically completely make their own car. If there is any element off the shelf of the 2030 regulations, which from what everybody seems to understand, there will be off the shelf components to the 2030 regulations. Ferrari have said they're gone. That's a shame, and it seems like the rest of the current LMH brands are intending to stick around. Toyota have said they're sticking around. They're going to be dragged kicking and screaming into an Orica with a rear-wheel drive hybrid, but they will be in an Orica with a rear-wheel drive hybrid if that's what the 2030 regs are. Hopefully Kévin Estre will be driving said Orica with the rear-wheel drive hybrid. Please.
But it's also
because I want
Toyota.
him in a team that doesn't leave. That's one of the reasons I want him to go to Toyota so badly, is I just want him in a team that is committed for life to this series, because the man wants to win Le Mans. That's all he wants to do. I mean, I'm sure he has other life goals, but I think winning Le Mans overall is like really high up on Kévin Estre's life goals. So like, why not go to a team that has said we will race at Le Mans as long as it exists? Like, that makes perfect sense to me. I'm gonna have to get a new flag. I'm just gonna get like a flag that says like Kévin Estre's Support Society or something.
I'm sure there's like an Etsy page that like makes flags.
I'll just tell Kevin he needs to make flags and let them ship to the US.
I was gonna say, you gotta work around that US shipping debacle.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Can I join?
I wonder who could do it.
I wonder who loves flag design. I could just hang my shirt up wherever that is. That one you made me. I could just hang that up over my shoulder.
That reminds me, I like actually need to start like my crafts for later this year just because of how much time they take to like plan and then actually like get the stuff and do.
I guess as far as the 2030 regs go, I am very interested to see what compromises they have come to, because, you know, this isn't Formula One. Ferrari do not have a stranglehold. They do not have like an ultimate veto. And maybe the bigwigs at Maranello have forgotten that, you know, despite being an FIA series, WEC is not F1, and they can't just dictate how things go.
Exactly.
So
it wouldn't surprise me.
Because the threat to leave, just Porsche threatened to leave and left, and everything's still carrying on as normal. Like, how that's not going to be any different if it's Ferrari. You know, like if Ferrari leaves, if Ferrari, you know, packs up next year and leaves because they say, what's the point? We're not going to be around for 2030. Why spend any more money developing this car? You know, we still have however many jokers left. Like, let's just not be here anymore. WEC will go on.
Exactly.
Like,
just like it happened before when Porsche and Audi left, and we were left with Toyota being a serious effort and Rebellion trying to stumble after them, and a bunch of, I don't know, valiant efforts, I guess we can call them that, trying to do something, and that lost it.
Yeah, I mean, if we get back to it's just Toyota again, please let it be just Toyota featuring Kévin Estre. But if it's just Toyota again, then it's just Toyota again. Like, be real, guys. Le Mans is going to exist whether Ferrari wants to be in the World Endurance Championship or not. Le Mans is going to exist whether Porsche wants to be in the World Endurance Championship or not. No brand is bigger than the series. No brand is bigger than the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So these brands need to stop thinking they are.
Yep.
End rant.
I was just like, I have nothing else to say. I agree.
That felt great, actually. That was amazing.
This is something we have had in the notes to discuss since the rumors of the rear-wheel drive Orica started. And this is just when we've finally gotten around to actually talking about it.
It's just we've had so much else to talk about that we haven't been able to talk about it.
Right? We actually have multiple weeks in a row where I'm not jet-setting across the United States. So we have time to talk about the fun and exciting things.
Yeah.
But back to testing. Based on the not representative of anything, way too early to make analysis results of testing. What are our predictions for the overall win? Because Ferrari, your boys are definitely sandbagging it, Aries.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Insert evil laugh here.
Or they're just going through a race run plan.
I mean, when you take into consideration that even like last year and let's say qualifying, they seem to be okay, whatever, let's just not really push.
Let's talk about how qualifying doesn't matter, because when you get disqualified from qualifying and start last and then finish second,
exactly.
it doesn't matter. You can start in last place in class.
It's a 24-hour
for
race.
The win. Like, setting up your car to win the race is what matters.
Exactly, and like this is what this might sound like a bit of a rant. I promise it's not. I've had enough ranting tonight. But like I did a bit of reading earlier on some articles going on about testing. Some people were trying to establish a pecking order based on the testing results. I was like, guys, it's testing. Don't take it too seriously.
This is also the first time. So there are obviously Le Mans specific tires. The
Yes.
ACO announced those tires like 3 days ago. And that was the first time the team saw those tires. So like, how much of this is figuring out what happens when you double or triple stint a set of tires? Like, they always have to at least double stint tires, and sometimes they triple stint specific tires. It's really rare to see a quad stint, but like, they definitely triple stint specific tires. You need to know what those tires are going to do, and you really don't want to use practice to do that. That's a huge part of what those two test sessions are about on the test day, is figuring out what the tires are going to be like.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually that in one of the articles I read, I saw something about I'm not sure if it was the race organizing or if it was actually Michelin going on about the teams not being allowed to do a quadruple stint if they wanted to, because as long as like
Interesting.
everyone until they know that everybody can do it, they're not kind of allowed to do it. I was surprised.
Interesting.
Okay. That is really interesting. So yeah, again, like, until they know everyone can do it, like, perfectly proving the fact that testing is truly testing.
It's you need to collect data.
Right. Like, this race is unlike any other race. Like, obviously they use Spa as a prep race, but Spa is a fundamentally different track to Le Mans. So
Spa can only prep you so much.
Right. Now, yes, it is like another very long circuit, and it's in a similar climate. But it's not Le Mans. It doesn't have the very, very unique aspects of that circuit. The straight line speed, the let's just go straight and have a couple chicanes, because that is really what Le Mans is.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong? So,
it's pretty much the whole personality. This foot to the floor and chicane. Okay, let's hammer it again. I'm not complaining.
Another chicane.
I will say, that being said, Cadillac redesigned their car for better straight line speed. Toyota redesigned their car for better straight line speed and a better ability to take curbs. Both of which are really crucial for this race. So, it's not shocking that they looked really consistent in testing. Again, it's just testing. I don't think that Aston Martin or the Wayne Taylor Racing Caddy, the 101, were sandbagging at all. I think they were all out, let's see what we can do, which makes sense for those cars. Aston is still figuring themselves out, and Wayne Taylor is obviously not a full-time entry in WEC, despite the V-Series R being in WEC. The actual Wayne Taylor crew aren't, so they need to figure out all the little intricacies. There are homologation differences. You can't just, which one is the blue one? And you would really think, having been to 5 races already this year, I would remember which one the blue one is. But I pay attention to one singular car and half pay attention to 2 other cars.
The issue also is
these IMSA races.
At night, especially, which the 2 races I've been to are Daytona and Sebring, which a decent amount is in the dark.
Maybe I have
the
answer.
They look, despite being very different colors, exactly the same.
Do I have the answer in my Detroit pile?
I blame them for getting rid of the chrome car.
Yeah.
No, the chrome car made them look even more like at night.
No, it did not.
Yes,
absolutely not. You cannot tell the black car and the blue car apart in any lighting this year. The chrome car was an issue at night. The black and the blue cars are an issue 24 hours a day.
Yeah, but
I could not tell in
still
Detroit.
Had problems.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's hard to tell sometimes the 6 and the 7 apart if you're looking at them from a certain angle. If they're both driving away from you, you can't tell those 2 cars apart. If they're coming directly at you, you need to go and very specifically look at the band on the top of the windshield. I think that this year's cars are much harder for Wayne Taylor in IMSA to tell apart than last year's. At night, yes, they were just as bad. But in the day, you could at least tell them apart. In the day, you can't tell them apart this year. But I genuinely don't know which one is the blue one, but to my point, whichever one is the blue one, it's not like they just slapped a 101 and some WEC stickers on it. There are actually homologation changes that need to be made to the car to be able to run in WEC as opposed to IMSA. So it's not exactly the same car. Maybe that's Kevin's issue. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we can't deny he's struggling.
Yeah.
Maybe that's his issue. But yeah. What was I even talking about before I went off on Wayne Taylor? Not shocking to anybody.
We were talking about, each car's kind of performances at testing. So, sandbagging versus not sandbagging. I'd say, at least in my opinion, Alpine, I'd kind of put on the... Hi, dog. I'd put Alpine kind of with Aston and Wayne Taylor, where it felt like they were just, going all out. It felt like on the fact that they just had consistent top 10 times. They had a good chunk of the top 10 times. So it felt like they were putting effort into it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd put them a little bit more towards Joda maybe, where they were out there putting in really good times, but they weren't trying to do qualifying. It felt like Aston Martin was trying to do qualifying laps every time. I don't think Alpine was doing it. Alpine had a run plan at least.
Yeah. I would say they're almost in between Aston and Joda. It felt like.
No,
so.
It definitely
and then Genesis
felt
was just happy to be there.
Yeah. Vibing in their orangeness.
Yes.
Yes. Which, that's all you can ask for.
No, they're, I think, surprising to no one, they are orange. I think everybody knew that was going to be a thing, but wow, do those cars look good in pictures.
I will say, though, it's definitely a lot harder now to tell the difference between the two.
You can't tell them apart.
You can't tell them apart at all.
I need everybody to do, 2 completely different liveries. Can everybody be BMW, please? Belgium car and red, white, and blue car? I really need them to be like that. I can tell those 2.
I feel so vindicated because last year I saw plenty of people going, "Oh, this shell livery is awful," and blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, but at least you can tell these guys apart. Fast
Right?
forward 12 months, look where we are.
Yes. I mean, it was a bad livery.
Yeah, but the car this year looks great.
The car this year, yeah, that's why I said the one last year was
Yeah.
not good.
No, not at
It's
all.
gotten better.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. But, like, at least even, like, the Genesis, like, regular livery, I'm like, okay, I can tell those two apart. Now I'm like, which one is the 19?
Yeah.
It's like, you have to look for the windscreen and, like,
Right,
the
yeah,
very
same,
top of it.
same issue that Joda has.
Yeah.
Same issue with the Toyotas. Like, we need something differentiating these cars so I can tell what they are when really they're like, it's 2 a.m. and there's a little glare of headlights and you see like a flash of color. I want to be able to tell which car is the flash of.
I need the cars to be like in The Sims, where you have the little diamond above your head and it's different colors based on your emotions. But now I just need each car to have a designated color to their Sims diamond. That's what I need. Thanks for listening. You can find us on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at Orange Flag Pod. Nicole is at Nicole on Racing. Austin is at Austin Trackside, and Aries is at Aries_Alpenglow.
Stay orange.